welcome to Sentient Synchronicities Live. We're gonna have Unknown Mizery today, live from Vietnam. It's 4 in the morning here right now. It's 3 in the afternoon for him, and it is what it is. Yo, we're doing this. We're doing this live, and I'm just calling this Unknown Mizery in Babylon Warchild and Kalki live because you know what it is. Then that happens. That's like a once in a lifetime opportunity. If some of you know who that is, yo, we got Semantics online too. Yo, that's the bomb. That's the shit. Yo, Semantics, we got Unknown Mizery hopping in right now. So we're going to do a live chat. Yo, hop on in. Let's do a freestyle or something, Let's do some crazy shit. Please request. Let's join. Hop on in. And we'll get Mizzo hopping in a sec, too. We'll probably get some other interesting people, So, yo, please, anybody who's in here, you know how we do this live. I'm, like, usually way more hyped than this, but, it's like 4 in the morning, late night. It's a beautiful, beautiful night. And then this morning, we're actually going to go check out 200 acres off grid of property, faunic reserve that we're going to be preserving, decolonizing, and bringing back to its natural state. So that's going to be another Mutant Academy. Check it out. Check out Mutant Academy online. Check it out on WordPress, revoltmotion.wordpress.com. Check out Revolt Motion Records on Bandcamp. Check out everything else that we've been doing. Like, honestly, it's crazy. And it's all non-profit. It's all free. If you need a space, a safe space to stay, to come chill in. Yo, Living La Vida Vegan. It's a pleasure. Logan's in here, too. Yo, we're live. That's beautiful. Okay, so now we're just missing Mizzo. Living La Vida Vegan, thank you for being vegan. That's bomb. That's amazing. It's a pleasure to have everybody in here. Peace to everyone. Yo, hop on in. Logan, Luce, if you want to hop up, if you want to be live with Sophia, let's do this. I know Mizery should be here in any second now. I'm going to try to invite him in, but the thing is, when I do the invites, it doesn't usually work. So I'm going to try to figure this out. It should happen pretty quick. Let's just freestyle for a bit. Let's do this. I see foul thoughts all the time, but screw it, yo, my mind realigns itself, yo, divine alignment, fist of the North Star, self-paw at the same time, yo, you know how it is. I smack the insane rhymes out of your body like I'm an exorcist. Yo, who's the next victim? Who's the next patient? Who's the next best patient? What's your expectations? What are you doing? I'm an expectorant. Yo, I make you spew that shit out like you're on a live stream, like what it is right now. Yo, you see, I get high in my dreams even, because I blaze that ganja like nobody's business. Yo, I'm high in the ethers. I see this like you see this, like I shoot the witnesses, because there's nobody needed. Nobody needs to actually witness this, but I promise you, even if it's off the top and there's nobody listening, it's okay, because repetition is repetition is essential for progress. Remember this, God's and God is blessed, all the whole pantheon. Yo, dismember your notions of false theories, and all of this is so potent. You couldn't even know this if it was metagnostic and it was going beyond the realms of our understanding. 216 dimensions in quantum physics, 3 non-binary. Yo, it goes from samadhi to nirvikalpa to asamprajnata. What are those terms in Sanskrit? Sanskriti. What does it mean? Divine feminine, Shiva and Shakti, 108 letters. Yo, that's the binary, non-binary code for creation. Even better. I'll tell you what it is. Yo, that's meta mathematics. That's it. Okay, let's see if we can get Miz in here. Boom. Unknown Mizery. Boom. King Mizzo made it. Let's see. Let's hope this is working. I hope it doesn't block like it usually does. It's about a thumbprint in the screen, so we approve the identity. It is these days with the smartphones, you just put your thumb on the screen and they scan the code, and the next thing you know, your website's popping up, and they're gonna have a chip in your Verizon chip in your side of your temple, and then you'll glitch when somebody punches you there. No, that's just bad science fiction. Anyways, you know what I've been smoking lately? That's why I have creative imagination going on, My brain's always overclocking. But I promise this isn't sober nonsense, because I'm a drunken master, and I'm a ganja master. I'm a ganja offspring, from Amharika and beyond that, from those regions. When we speak, yo, you could retranslate it live in a different density, in a different reality, and the next thing you know, yo, we'd be spitting in alien languages and tongues, and it wouldn't make any kind of sense except to those who could decrypt the message. Yo, peace. We're live. Yo, everybody jumped
Yo,
in here right before you came in, and I was spewing nonsense. I was just freestyling about nothing, you know?
yo, I was just
So it's funny.
talking about. I feel like even nothing is about something. And I was talking to Sky. Sky just landed. She's at her mom, so like, she was just call. She wanted to call me. I'm like, yo, I gotta do this live. So I wanted to call her for a second, at least say what up, and then boom, I'm here.
Yo, it's funny.
Yes,
My mom
brother.
and my mom's upstairs right now. You know, she's just chilling in my house. You know, she's living. My people will be like, "You're living with your mom?" I'm like, no, she just came to visit. You know, we're gonna go check out this 200 acres of land tomorrow. Can you imagine?
Oh, the one you're telling
Yeah,
me.
there's two different houses. We're looking at two different spots. Both of them have 200 acres. Both of
Oh,
them have
yes.
four bedrooms, and both of them are on the edge of the river in the mountains. And
What a life.
both they're both in the same town, and they're both basically off the same street that I'm living off of, and it's the same model house as mine.
That's what you're saying. The setup on one of them's exactly the same, just
The
the
other
other
one,
side.
the other one, same size,
Yo,
same everything, but different house model. But they're both the same acreage for the same price. So it's perfect because
crazy.
it's like we can negotiate both sides. Then we can be like, well, what do you have to offer that the other one doesn't? And they can't be like, well, the other one has only this much, and not they're the same size house, same acreage, same
Yeah, so you
price,
could get
same.
the one you want.
Yeah. So they're gonna have to negotiate because one of them's gonna be like, fuck, there's two houses and only one offer. So we have to push the price down to make these people want to buy ours, you know?
You know what's crazy? Who's on? Can you see who's on here?
I don't even know, yo, like 10, no, 5 people, 6 people just hopped in right before you hopped in, but everybody just saw me here, like rambling to myself, and they were like, they hopped in, hopped out, you know? So I'm like, oh,
Yo,
it's funny.
when I can't see someone's name, I'm like, yo, I wonder who it is. If it's who I think it is, Bunda Cop Lawn Mowerizer. Lawnmowerizers. That's what we gotta call it. Bunda call lawn. Call the
Yo,
lawn. Izers.
yo, let me invite, gonna invite, I'm gonna invite Luis back in here. Yo, feel free to invite anyone you want, but he's just chilling with Sophia. We were just
Oh,
talking. It was
crazy.
so funny. Yeah, a different Sophia, but same. He's
Oh,
dating Sophia, so I told him to like play her the album, you know, because yo, Fia hit me back
it's
up too. She actually just hit me back up like just a couple days ago.
yeah, right, yo. I talked to her like a few years ago. I feel like right after 2020 for like 1 second. She
Mm,
just messaged me and asked if everything was cool. And I was like, yeah, everything's blessed. How are you? But then it was like no conversation after. But that doesn't matter. But I was
I
like,
know.
yo,
Yeah,
it's good to know that people are good. People that we know that are good people, it's nice to know they're good. Even, bro, it's like me and you, me and Ali, the Hesh, me and like Ka said, anyone that my real KDB, people that I don't need to talk to people. Like we're good
yeah.
as long as we talk once in a while, and I know if I know everyone's good, I'm good because I'm a guy. The older I get, the more I just want to disappear. Only once in a while do I feel like yo, I need to get out. I want to talk to people now. I want to get my face out there, or else I just want to disappear, make music, and make art. And part of me doesn't even want to make music anymore. I hate the music scene. But I can't stop because I love making music. You know what I
I
mean?
feel you
I still have to
because
make the shit we're gonna make. I just needed a second. Like Sky left yesterday, so now I'm gonna finish up a few projects. I have like a 1 track here, 2 tracks here. Then I'm doing our shit. So I want to
legend.
sit and feel the vibe. You know?
That's good. I'm not gonna lie, man. I've been banging on the industry hard. I've been banging on everyone. Especially, I started bunning the industry before this whole Puff Daddy shit happened. So now it's even more fun because I'm like, this is easy. Now I can smash all of you live and direct because they're
That's
all doing
it.
live streams talking about what they saw there. And I'm like, you people are incriminating yourselves. Like, you don't realize how guilty you are from even saying that you saw shit. You
Yo,
know, I know we're not supposed to talk about this, but I'll tell you right now, Meta, they tried censoring us 6 times. They blocked 6 shows out of like 15 that I've made. 6 of them never made the light of day. And literally, I would be there like freestyling live and being like, fuck Meta, fuck Zuckerberg. And then,
of course, it might happen right now. Well, you know how
yeah,
they
but
are.
that's
They
what,
they got their. We're basically on a platform, and everything we stand for, we're all different individuals, but everything we stand for has a collective sense to it because we're still a collective. And it all goes against why meta exists. So it's like crazy. Like we're on the colonizer. Basically, this is if you think about it, and no disrespect to the people from the African diaspora, my brothers and sisters understand where I come from. I'm just explaining this for the people that don't know me. That's why I gave that precursor. But yo, it's just like being on the plantation. Yo, that's my brother. He's been my brother right there, man, is holding. I came to Vietnam. I came here to not make music. I didn't want to make music. I was just doing stand-up comedy, and I was going to record music myself and release it, but not be around anything. But I like performing. So I performed at this one party just for fun. And who's there? This brother. I know this brother from Toronto. Music scene. This brother's there from back in the day.
Small world.
But when I say this brother's there, this brother, yo, big up, Haiti. I'm going to show you love right now live because this brother, we never had a real friendship. But this brother's my brother right now because the way he like just embraced me as an individual and helped me just maneuver around here, put me in the right rooms, introduced me to the right people. You know, I made some amazing music out here, and it's all because of this bro right here. You know what I mean? So it's like, big up, big up all day, every day.
Man, you wouldn't believe, man, this house right now that I'm in, I made the most music in my life in this house. I've made probably 300 albums in this house. Beanham, you made our cover, right? You made a cover for Attack.
Beanham maybe made it actually. That's my brother right there.
I'm like, yo, respect. You made
Beanham
the cover for our Attack albums. Yo, that's bomb.
That's Kasib and Ali Said.
No, that's fam. We were just talking about that. I'm like, this is crazy. But you know, over the years, man, things have been nuts, man. A lot of us, we haven't changed. We've been doing the same thing we've always been doing. But I've seen people over the years that I'm not as close to. And I see them 20 years later and they look at me, they're like, Anton, you haven't changed. You're still rapping. Shit, congratulations. And I look at them. Those are your brethren. Man, I'm like, I look at them and I'm like, bro, I wish I could say you hadn't changed, but you look way different. And they settled in the system and they got a job and they're doing their thing. I'm like, that's fine. I respect what you're doing. But like some of those people, man, they look beat up. They look old. They look like they've been through life and back, like hell and back. And I'm like, man, I wish I could age you backwards. I wish I could change things and bring it back to
It's a balance though, man. To me, it's a balance. Like I feel like sometimes, because it's like the same thing. Like me and you are very similar in ways. It's like, yo, I really didn't have a normal job for most of my life. I worked maybe 2 months here, 1 month there to make enough money to leave the country and tour. But other than that, I sold CDs on the streets, or I worked for about 9 years in the homeless shelter. And that was my favorite job and the only job I stuck with.
That's why I have respect for you.
Nah, man. It was great. I loved that job. It was hard on the spirit, but it was great. I would go do it again. I just needed a long break, but I'm ready. I can actually do that work again. And part of me has been calling. I was doing it in BC, but part of me wants to go to Toronto because that's where I was born and raised. And I feel like Toronto needs that work a lot right now. You know what I mean? So I kind of want to.
They would need there, no question. If you go to TO, man, you're going to see me there because eventually I think I'm going to get some land like Solstice style and do a festival land outside of Toronto, you know?
That'll be love, but we'd have to be militant because right now in Toronto, if there is a blog that isn't doing this, please, if anyone sees this in the future, let me know because I'd like to support them. But there are no blogs, hip-hop blogs in Toronto, vlogs or pages or channels, whatever it may be, outlets that are promoting, that are not glorifying, rewarding. That's the main part. Rewarding plantation behavior, meaning melanated brother kill melanated brother.
Yeah, I know. Industry. This is why I'm bashing everyone right now, brethren. I've been taking shots at like Wu-Tang, and I told you it's funny shit. After I wrote The Death of Wu-Tang Clan, Ghostface, Method Man, Beretta 9, and Killer Sin hit me up to host a Wu-Tang tour in Canada for them next year. I'm like, Do you know what I've been doing for music? I'm like, check out Revolt Motion. I
For
told him. I even told
next
the
year,
Red and I
December. I mean, 2025.
next year for summer. I think they wanted to come or September. They were gonna do a
There you
Ghost
go.
and Method Man with Sons of Man and Killer Army tour. So I'm like, yo, I told Beretta 9, I'm like, listen, don't bring RZA here. I got beef with him and Divine. I was like, don't do this shit unless you're bringing good fam. Two Sons of Man, Killer Army, and fucking Killer, Sons of Man, Killer Army, and Wu Killa Beez. I'm like, I'm cool with that.
Yo,
But the rest of it, like, yo,
you
man,
know what?
I've been taking shots at everyone lately because I'm like, this industry is full of fucking garbage. Did you see
Yo, first of
with
all, we're seeing,
with Puffy?
bro. That's what I'm saying. Like now, the world is seeing why people like us have been blacklisted. We've, yo,
Fact.
I'm gonna tackle my ego for a split second because I usually don't, right? And I'm gonna like talk about you if you don't mind. Us together combined, the amount of accolades we have are more than Drake's even after. Drake has awards. Other than that, he has tours that were paid for with
Yeah.
millions of dollars. We've
And
done that with $0.
paid
We've
for with
slept in
millions of
train
dollars.
stations in countries where we weren't allowed to be. We performed at protests in the example middle of Athens, Greece, the night before the protest started as the pre-party for the protest, where Nazi buses would come in the morning and we'd see them and have to escape. You know what I mean? We've put in so much work in the industry, especially in Toronto, and then not only with hip hop, with the education part of hip hop. You're a teacher, and not just a professor, but also just a street teacher. And same thing with me with SFA and all these other things and all this work I've done and the workshops I've done within the school system. And I've done workshops for the school system from elementary school to colleges, universities,
Same,
high schools, meeting with policymakers, all the way,
same.
all the way to do anti-oppression training that at the Police Foundation's college in Toronto, and those were the worst students by far. I'll tell you that much. The worst
Yo,
behaved students
I did
by
this
far.
in Edmonton. Sat down with the mayor of Edmonton. We changed 8 laws to protect people. Uncensored police program. Police now have to go through, because of us, me and some other activists, police have to go through a program where they get treated like criminals for a day. And they have to walk in the criminal's shoes. We made that.
Yo, that's actually amazing.
And then we did another one to protect street workers, another one for Indigenous youth, another one for mental health and youth. No, we passed TRC laws like 5-6 years ago in Edmonton. I don't know how much they're actually implementing change with them, but it made a difference
Well,
because that's why
let's.
I started Mutant Academy.
But that's the whole thing, though. We're doing. You did something. Whatever you do, like even when you get up in the morning. When we get up in the morning, whatever we do is still doing something that's going to affect something else. Even if you're doing nothing, it's you doing nothing is affecting something else and someone else, and probably your health. You know what I mean? There's so many things. Everything is affecting something. You know what I mean? So it's like what you did was use your 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 presence with hip hop culture and mixing it with the roots of it with education, and you did something good. So I want to go back to the blogs because you're saying you called them out, and I'd like to use the moment to like. That's what I'm saying. I love everything you do, brother, and I'm so happy you're doing these lives. And I'm like, in my mind and my heart, we need them because there's a whole school of us, and we need them. And right now there is no balance. Oh, demon time, demon time, demon time, demon time is over. The gods are back. When I'm saying the gods, I'm not saying 5%ers because they lost their way.
Yo,
They lost their way.
yeah,
Right? Because 5%ers lost their way, and I'm saying that. And big love to everyone. Big love to the teachers out there. I won't say your name, brother. You know what I mean? Out of respect. But anyone wants to get at me and feels disrespected, know one thing. It's Mizzo, the same intelligent Mizzo, but older and wiser and calmer, and we can have a conversation about it.
Speaking of
Right?
which,
I'm not speaking on my
otherwise
ass.
intelligent. Big up to the real 5%ers like poor righteous teachers. You
The
know,
real ones.
big up to the
Because right
talented.
now, you know what they're doing in Toronto with all of it? It's promoting it's more, there's no balance in the music. The music, except for Ross Fresco, man. Salute to Ross Fresco. He's doing great work. You know, I met the brother once, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't like his ego, but he's young, and he's going to figure that out. But I salute him and everything he's doing, and his ego makes sense right now. But when if he ever sees this, it's like, yo, you got to check your ego, and you will in due time, I hope. And if you don't, your insides will die, brother. So the thing is, the 5%ers in Toronto right now, they're just talking about dope selling. 90% of their album is about dope selling, and the other part of it is about their seeds.
Yo,
bro,
Wu-Tang same way. Wu-Tang is for the children, but they're selling coke and trafficking women at the same time. So I'm like, it doesn't make sense. And I had to say that. I had to tell them that. But you know what's real? Yeah. The real thing, same thing, real recognize real. Because the same thing with Killa Sin, Killa Army, you know, Sons of Man, Wu Fam, Wu Killa Beez, Eternal from Killa Beez, West Coast, East Coast, all the people I've talked to, really good people. Solomon Child, super chill with me. You know, so I know a lot of the core crew.
Solomon Child is a real dude. I feel like I like Solomon's Child. He seems like a real human. Man. Yo, Prodigal Son. Prodigal Son is my brother. This company in Russia actually made a rift between us. I solved it with him, but I know he doesn't fully believe. You know, not even fully believe me. Why would you put yourself in potential risks way when you don't have to? But I work with a company in Russia. They're helping me with PR. They work with Prodigal Son. And when that company like kind of messed with my money, they wouldn't give me what I paid for. So I called them out. They thought I was a nobody. I'm like, bro, I got your contact through Prodigal. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm going to go talk to him. He's like, oh yeah? Go talk to him, you stupid. No. Whatever. I could probably say it here. I can't say call on either, but I can definitely say Packy here because you know how these motherfuckers are. They're racist. So the guys from Russia called me that, and I called their phone, and he started threatening me and like talking about my mental health because he knew what my album was about. He's like, he was doing my PR, and he started calling me that word, and then he told me that Wu-Tang's gonna come kill me.
What?
I messaged Prodigal Son. Prodigal Son's like, yo, bro, I gotta talk to you. I'm like, yeah, I know. What's up? He's like, yo, those guys I introduced you to, I sent you the link to, bro, they told me you're fucking telling them that I'm gonna beat them up if they don't give you what you paid for. What? I'm like, brother, it's the opposite. It's the opposite. They're playing games right now. This is what they did. But regardless, salute to Prodigal Son and Solomon, and I say salute to Prodigal Son because now that's something that happened that I'm fully aware of, right? But as an individual, Prodigal Son is protecting himself. He doesn't know me because he never met me in person. Yeah, no, he knows me because we've spoken for hours online and hours on video. I built with him many times. You know what I mean?
Issue in the industry that we have the gap between, and especially for people like us, you know what it is, because like same KDB, Fresco P, like whoever part of the crew, legitimate, like we all have these issues with the law, with the system, with politics, with the government. So US and Canada, it's a complex issue sometimes to meet face to face, but they don't get that. And some of those US artists don't take Canadian artists seriously.
I couldn't cross the border my whole life. Sorry to cut you off, brother. I keep doing that, man. Just stop.
Do it.
I'll just think.
My mom's right here right now. She's just asking me something. Mom, you want to come live on the show?
No.
Did we wake her up?
No, she was up. She was up already.
Sorry. But at least we need to see the land in about 3 hours.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Mom, we got this. Don't worry. We'll be done in like a second.
Sleep. No, but we need to sleep.
No, it's okay. We're good. We're in the kitchen. It's a 4,500 square foot house. We're in the kitchen. She's upstairs. She's being bitchy.
Hear everything.
You can hear. We'll be done soon. And this is funny. My mom's in my live show right now, and then she's living with me because she came to visit because we're gonna go visit the land tomorrow. So funny story. But
in the morning, nice.
So she's just grabbing herself. You want me to make you some tea or something?
I want you to go to bed.
You know how this never changed. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about how this never changes. Parents, they'll always infantilize us. You know what I mean? I'm like 42 years old now. My mom's asking me to go to bed, but it's 5 a.m. You know what I mean? I'm like, what do you?
I know.
It's almost like she would tuck me in and be like, "Yo, go to bed until 7 or 8. Come on, you get up too early."
You went to bed too late last night. You went to bed.
You know what, Mom? Quote me in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. You took too much. Too much. See, she just said it. My mom's
as long as we're not waking her up, I don't want to wake her up.
No. She was awake already.
Okay.
She woke me up yesterday.
And there's space, like where she's sleeping, she doesn't hear us going crazy because I'm screaming, I think.
All right. Like, I'm in the kitchen at the opposite side of a double house in an 8-bedroom house, and she's upstairs. the opposite. Like, she's being picky.
No, she's being a mom telling you, yo, my mom's, if I talk to my mom's right now, wherever I am, this is my dad's favorite words for me. Every time before he hangs up his last text, hey, make sure you be cool, be calm. That's his thing. Be cool, be calm. Because he thinks it's 1998 for me still. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you know how much disrespect I can take right now in life that I couldn't take back in the day? And I'm so happy because I don't even look at it as disrespect. I look at it as like, what, these guys are idiots and they got a lot to grow from, you know?
Somebody
right.
called me a sand N-word, and I laugh, and I'm like, thanks for the compliment, bro. You know, I'm like, at this point, people look at me, I'm not joking, I walk into a grocery store, I'm minding my business. Somebody will be like, Aladdin! Or like, Prince of Persia! I'm like, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. You know, I'm like, that's my favorite character. I'm like, thanks.
I won't lie, I'm very calm when I try to meet people where they're at, and I know people have mental health issues, people have their own trauma, people have their own reasons for reacting certain ways. But when it comes to racism, I'll tell you the truth. I'm calm, but I'm not nice anymore. No. I automatically go to, you must have been breastfed hot dog water. And I know it's rude. What you're doing to me is rude, and I give you the same thing you give me because I like balance. You give me love, I give you love. That's balance. You know? That's balance. So I'm going to give you what you give me, so we're balanced. You know what I mean? So that's it. That's all I'm on. Like, I'm on the hot dog water. Like, people are talking about brown people pooing on beaches. It's amazing because, like, I tell people that's what I'm going to do. Like, yo, you better lock your fucking backyard door up.
Also, you heard,
jump in there.
You heard, we're probably going to eat. This is the reason why people shouldn't vote for Kamala Harris, because we're probably going to eat your pets when you're not looking.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Meanwhile, companies in America, I don't know if you're here yet, I forgot the state, so I'm not going to mention it. In one state, there's a few companies that got the right by the FDA to have lab-grown meat served in their restaurant.
Yeah.
And it looks poisonous.
Yeah, breastfed.
But yo, bro, that's my go-to. You know how mad they get? And that's all I have to say, just hot dog water. Or I'll just put the word in, and then I'll put a picture of a bread. That's it.
Think about this one. So this is how Unknown Mizery deals with colonizers. He actually says, you must have been breastfed with hot dog water. She likes it. It's a very visual picture. She was like, oh.
It's disgusting. Yo. Or my favorite one is, and this is the harshest one if they continue being rude. This is my third strike, and then it's over, and then I ignore them. I block them. I just tell them, I love you, but I would also be mad at the world if the sun hated me, and then I just leave. And then I block them because, yo, we got to have positive energy around here.
Yo, usually my favorite go-to when somebody is racist online now and talks about how we're reverse racist, there's a skit for that. I sent it to you once, I think a long time ago. It's a really good skit. Those of you who don't know, go look up Fear of a Brown Planet, Reverse Racism on YouTube. It's so good. Dude, I incorporated it into a freestyle yesterday, and I started freestyling about this skit, and I retold the whole skit in a freestyle. It's like, I'm not going to ruin it for everyone because you've got to watch. It's like a 2-minute skit. But he's like, you know, he walks up on stage, Amir Rahman, and he's like, you know, a lot of people don't like my comedy. A lot of white people don't like my comedy. They tell me, you know, Amir, you go up on stage and make fun of white people. Why do you do that? Why do you got to be like that? You know? Because if I went up on stage and I started making fun of brown people, you'd probably call me a racist, right? And then he looks at him and he's like, yeah, I would. You shouldn't do that. Yeah. That's bad for your health. But he keeps going and he's like, but I'm not saying reverse racism doesn't exist. I'm not gonna, some people flat out tell you it doesn't exist. He's like, I'm not one of those people. And then everybody freezes in the crowd, right? They're like, what is he gonna say?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I could be
Yo, it's crazy. I've seen it actually. I put it on right now. I didn't put it on. I'm just like wanting to see the photo of it. Yeah, I remember.
So good.
It.
All I would need is a time machine. And I'd go back in time to before Europe and colonize the world, and then I'd make an alliance with all the black and brown and Asian countries, and privilege from
Ah,
a political angle, and then I'm like, and then we bomb the white people back to the Stone Age, import them on transatlantic slave labor plantations, and I'm like,
but do you know what the thing is? We wouldn't do that.
no,
Even
we wouldn't.
Even if we were told and given the blueprint and reversed in time and said, this will give you ultimate power in this world, do it. We wouldn't do it.
No,
we are
we
not
wouldn't.
the same savages.
But I'll
We are
tell
not
you
the same.
what I think we would do. We would give them nice reserves to have vacations on. I feel like we would do that. We give them like a nice reserve and be like, listen, you can go chill there. You're safe. Nobody's gonna come.
Yeah, it'll be different there. Yeah, like we're gonna make sure, and we'll give but the difference is we'll give them clean running water, like the Canadian government doesn't do to most of our reserves.
No,
we're gonna give them clean running water.
Say, listen, you get a nice little colony. You get your white reserves. You can go there. You have clean water. We'll give you better water than you gave us, like you said. You can grow your own food. Take care of yourselves. Make sure you eat. You can't grow hot dogs, so you won't be able to process. No factory farms.
None of that water.
No hot dog water.
We'll give you books, and the only thing we'll force you to do are three things: read about real history, so you understand more. The second one would be we'd force you to respect your women, and until you learn to, maybe you don't need to be around them. And 3, to use soap and wash your ass after you take a shit, because that's not like violating your butthole. And if you feel that way, then we can have a conversation, and there's therapy for that.
In Quebec, when we call colons, we call them colons. It means they're stupid people. Like, they're not very intelligent because they're full of shit, literally. And what's a colon? They're full of shit. So when they fertilize, they pollute, So then this is the reason why we got to take care of those people. We got to, give them a special advisor, supervise them. We got to tell them how special.
Yo, you know what, brother? One thing. People need to know one thing. For anyone just watching this later and they don't understand the context or they don't know us, another few things I'm going to say just in context so you understand before we continue. This colonizer is right now no longer a skin tone, it's a state of mind. Exactly. Remember that?
Straight up, though. That's facts.
And when we speak about the things we're speaking about, it's actually in response to being told to leave the country. You are immigrants. You are this. You are dirty. You are that. But the truth is, the people they enslaved are the people that taught them how to shower. These are facts, gave them soap, and this is not a disrespect. This is just history. You know what I mean? Many Europeans, except the Nordics, wouldn't shower properly. They didn't know how to bathe properly, and they were taught how to bathe properly.
They would have died of scurvy and diseases and everything. There's no way. Like, we were polite with them. We showed them everything.
Yeah, and 90% of the doctors wouldn't be doctors, and you'd have like your lines for waiting at the doctor would be forever because wouldn't be much if you didn't want immigrants here. And by their term of immigrants is anyone that's not European, white European.
Yeah.
So like, you know what I mean? But the truth is, people are angry right now that people aren't speaking the language in Canada and UK. You're not assimilating. Listen, everyone, you have to assimilate. Indigenous culture is indigenous culture. You need to speak an indigenous language. Go find one of these nations and speak to them if you are allowed to, because they're very welcoming, even after you have colonized, raped, and pillaged. And they will speak with you. And they will most likely give you knowledge and give you forgiveness and give you understanding if that's what you want. Because that's the type of people they are. Indigenous languages. When you assimilate, when the Euro immigrants assimilate, as well as just as they want everyone else to, that means they will have to speak one of the many indigenous languages. And when they do, they will learn one of many things. And that will be that those languages don't have any words that separate people, divide people, or hate people. There's no
words for torture or colonizing or like these are all words we have to actually adapt
from English. Yeah, from English, man. English is a really, it comes from barbarians. barbarians, man, like real barbarians. It comes from barbarians, colonizers, and people that have oppressed you. And even if you, no matter what skin tone you are, the same oppressor is oppressing you. Like in the States right now, and when in the South, where everyone's like becoming like nationalized, but really racialized, and they're becoming Nazis. Those people don't understand that they're just puppets, and they're going to be used too. You're not going to be able to sit down and eat at the same table as the people you are praising as your leaders,
Exactly.
because you think they're there for helping white supremacy. They're not. They don't care about you
No,
at all. If
like it's
we were
like that
gone, you guys would be their slaves.
banquet. You know, the way that I call it defined in Thieves Banquet, they don't realize it's like when you look at the levels and that you look at a regular racist, a KKK card carrying member is going to look at them like they're nothing. They'll be like, we're organized racists. The neo-Nazis and the Nazis will look at the KKK members and be like, they're stupid. We're way more intelligent. We've got technology. We've got the means. The bankers, the CEO will look at the Nazis and be like, I'm funding your operation. I run you fucks. I don't do anything. I'm not involved in your shit. The World Banker is going to look at the CEO and be like, I'm the one pulling the strings on that shit. The religious Pope is going to be like, listen, I run the world. I'm God's representative. And then somewhere above that, Bill Gates is looking around, or the world controller is like, I pull the strings on all you puppets. And then there's an evil fucking Wetigo, fake ass fucking God in the sky that indigenous people know is a fraud, that's sitting and looking and like saying, I control all of you down on this little ball of clay. But at the end of the day, we don't work under any of those people. None of us are like, we don't fucking work and go praise their temples. We don't go to their religions. We're spiritual. We're faithful beings. But we're not religious people. We're not really so we're not binded and submitted to their gods and religions and CEOs and corporate orders and everything. So of course they're going to
Good
try.
and bad. Like good and bad is easy to understand. And if you like confuse good for bad, then you know what I mean? Like that was just not for anyone. That was just like waves, like wash you with waves. But it's like, you know what I mean? If you're if you don't understand the basics of good and bad, like as a human, even without language, I don't remember being there if I was there, but when we didn't have a language, I'm pretty sure we can still see bad. We can still see someone being bullied, someone being tortured, someone being abused, and feel something inside, no matter what they look like, you know?
Yeah,
No
straight
matter
up.
what they look like, you know, because like it doesn't matter who's suffering. It could be anybody, and that's what people have to understand. Why like a lot of melanated people are moving like this right now, because and the thing is, it's not even melanated people. You know how many brothers and sisters we got on our side that from all walks of life? So I don't even like, the reason I'm saying it like this is because they already know. But I hope the other side sees this and they understand that they're just brainwashed right now and they come back. Someone like Lus who became a Nazi, he'll say he's not a Nazi, but his roommate's a proud boy. Like, whatever, man. They're part of this, that. I don't care. Like, the truth is, guess what? I'll forgive him. If he's real about it, because he is too weak and he doesn't see what he sees. He doesn't understand what he thinks he understands. You know what I mean? And his spirit is extremely weak. He has a weak
I feel
spirit,
you, because
and that's what it is. You know?
Brett, and I'm not even going to get into details on this one because I don't want to expose anyone that like it's between these two goddesses, but I ended up in the middle of a fucking battle between an RBG empress, like literally somebody who was like high ranking RBG level. And she said some shit about an African sister, and I can't even talk about on here because it was too disrespectful. And the African sister she said, I have nothing but good words to say about her. I can't say anything about my sister, but she's like, I'm glad that I know about this because I just want to separate myself from this whole thing. But it's crazy the amount of divide and conquer that happens in our society.
You know
Because
what?
I was like, that was a Taina sistren telling an African sistren that she was a house N-word.
See, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, this is the problem with groups. This is why I don't join any more groups. You know what I mean? I have my brothers and sisters that I ride with, but even that is a very small list right now. And I'm not going to add more people to that list without them being vetted.
No, exactly.
Because people love to sit on fences. And I've seen it. I've been a witness to it, almost victims to it. Yeah, maybe things have been, So it's like, but it's about the groups. He said the RBG, he said this, that. it's about any type of grouping. Any type of grouping is just, honestly, I'm not with it. I'm not with any type of grouping because it always leads to someone having an ego and leading people the wrong way. A group of some sort usually has a leader. And when it doesn't, you have to be careful who you invite into it and vet them, or else it'll fall apart.
Yeah.
Because they want to be the egotistical leader, like Empty-Handed Warrior had no leader, right? Empty-Handed Warriors had no leader, and it fell apart in the end, and that was the main thing that was used against me. But there's no leader among kings and queens. And I'm like, yeah, there's no
remember,
leader, but we
I
stand
quoted
for
that
something.
to people because it's real shit. But
Battle. Yeah.
Fuck it, because it's reborn from its ashes regardless. Lust is no longer a part of that,
And that's why there's rules to it right now. If you want to join Empty-Handed Warriors, there's a rules, there's a manifesto, and there's a code of conduct, and you could get banned. And you know what, man? I'm gonna do what the lawnizers do. I'm gonna, anyone joins Empty-Handed Warriors and then they want to do some disrespectful shit, the thing they sign, I'll take it and I will sue them.
Yeah.
I will sue them and I will take all that money, and we will, as a collective Empty-Handed Warriors of artists, we will find out. When we sue them, we wouldn't even put it Empty-Handed Warriors. Every time someone betrays us and they sign the contract just to join us, we buy community centers. We give villages what they need. We help people. Yeah, that's it. That's what we do. I hope that happens.
Wait, brethren, by the time you come back, man, we're going to have this whole shit settled, because I'm going to be sitting on 500 acres now, man. This is no joke. Like, we have enough space to populate like 50,000 people in there in a refugee emergency situation.
I might stay there when that's the case, to be honest, because then we have somewhere to build. I'll keep traveling, but that'll be the base because there's somewhere to build and actually do things at.
Straight up. We got to do this.
But we need coders, man. We need coders. Like, if any of your people watch this after, we need coders, because we need to build our own decentralized social media platform, our own decentralized streaming platform, our own, because all the decentralized platforms are actually owned by rich racists, like the NFT space. Most of the people that run things there are rich racists.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say racist, sexist comes along with it, because one can't go without the other.
I like to think that when I'm bunning ganja, I'm bunning the call lawnizers, the lawn ones.
I always wanted to name a strain the lawnizer. I wanted to name it full word, so we could just bun the.
We
should do it in Canada.
In the future, this would be funny, right? Imagine if all the whack rappers had a strain and they got all the whack rappers, like, you could smoke Lil Wayne, you could smoke whoever, you could grow them as a ganja plant, right? They grow a plant over the dead body, and then you grow them into like How High style shit when he smokes the weed and he starts hallucinating his dead friend. That'd be funny. You'd be like, people would be like, you want a trip right now? You want to go on a mind trip, man? You want to smoke some Ice Cube? And then you'd be like, shit, let me check this out.
I swear. You know what that reminds me? I got to bring something up. You know what I'm doing today, brother? I feel like I'm just being honest. I don't want to play the game anymore and have to, like, just be quiet. And I don't want my truth just to be like, I don't want to always be like positivity. I just want to be real. And, like, negativity isn't negativity. It just is. Positivity isn't positivity. It just is. Right? So that just reminded me of something that just is, but also how it's nice that, like, and while I talk, I contradict myself because that's life. But I feel like, man, when I was talking about earlier being calmer, you know what I mean? And wiser on how we react. Even you, like, how we deal with things, we're calmer. Like, I know how I used to deal with people, bro. Like, you're calmer now. You're wiser, bro. And that's why the power is coming out of you 10 times. And it's like, there's this.
I'm not calm. I got my crowbar. I'm ready.
When the time's right. Listen, brother. There's a brother. I'll even name him up. Who cares?
Okay.
This rapper Rosmo from Vancouver, right? He's the guy when that rap beef happened, and I battled like 5 guys in a row, and each of them made an individual song about me, and I made an individual song about each of them back to back to back to back. And the message board said I won, but the owner of BC Underground didn't look at the votes, ignored the number of votes, and said they won. And I messaged him, and he's like, what's wrong with you? Get on your meds. You're bipolar, because that's what they used against me in my song. So I told him I am bipolar, and you'll see when I see you in Nelson, BC one day. But That's back in the day. He will never see that again
Because
because
that's what I would tell someone. I'm like, listen, you don't want to fuck with me. I got a mental health case. They'll lock me up under 30-day observation. Your body will disappear, and then like, fuck, the guy's mentally ill. He can't be charged with anything.
But check it. But check it though. But nowadays in life, that would never happen. Nowadays in life, when I see someone like that BC Underground guy, if I ever seen him, I'm just gonna give him one of these, hand on the chest, a nod, because yo, I know that whatever spirit was talking to me, using my mental health against me at that time, my mental health is a spirit. That's why people with bipolar have the same type of symptoms, and not just symptoms, the reactions and actions and the way they do things. Yo, it's weird. To me, it's a spirit, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But yo, I feel
But
like those guys,
there's two spirit, so it makes sense.
and their spirit is torturing them. And that's for them to deal with, and that's their problem.
That's what
It's undiagnosed.
This is why I laugh, because I'm like, you're right. Because now I tell myself this most of the time. I'll still clock a motherfucker if he disrespects a woman. Like, I will do that. I'll choke a dude. I'll put him in a wall. I'll choke him. I'll punch him, something. And I literally told every single one of my partners,
And
from Taria to Fia to like everybody else who's in here. I've always told them, yo, you got exes. You got problems with them. Just give me a name, an address, a location. I'll take care of it. You want them in a dumpster?
They won't though.
Somewhere else?
I know.
No problem. Hospital 3 days. You tell me.
Because someone's got to do it. But
exactly. I like to think Karma. Did you meet Karma back in the days? I think you did. Yeah.
No, I never did.
Oh no, she came to BC a couple different times, but like, anyways. So Karma is a good friend of mine. Mataya Niku. That's her birth name. So Mataya, the goddess Mat, right? She's justice. I like to think I'm an agent of Karma. I even said in one of my tracks. I said I said I'm an agent of Karma. She paid for my face tats too. I'm not rude. Like, because she paid for my face tats and she gave me 5 pounds of tobacco. So when you're that good with Karma, that Karma sends you 5 pounds of indigenous tobacco and pays for your face tattoos for your birthday, you're good with Karma. I'm like, yo, I'll take care of Karma for other people.
That's
I'll do
crazy.
Her. She's like, yo.
And you said that's justice, bro? What's crazy is, bro, all our conversations just really intertwine. It goes back and forth perfectly. You just said it's justice. What I was going to say about that story, my daughter's name is Justice, and that guy Rosmo, when that beef happened, his rap song, and another kid, Yakub, who actually took the song down, and I'm glad he did, is he brought up my daughter in a rap song. And I told myself, no matter how many issues I had in my life, and I had a lot, because I'm a maniac when I was younger, so I had a lot of issues. But there's only 2 people I have issues with. One other guy and him, who talked about my daughter and put a song out there. And he's in Toronto. I said, I'm going to be calm and I'll see him. He's in Toronto. He has a show. So I already have people who know, and they all message me. And you know what I said, brother? Nah. Do nothing. Let his spirit that's haunting him and torturing him tortured him so much that he was able to say that to another man about his daughter that he can't see, knowing that he's also hurting that kid. Let that spirit torture him.
Oh, exactly.
You don't need to go to jail, my brother, right? Because I also believe in my karma and my justice, and I don't want that. I don't want that unless it's our last resort. Exactly like you said, you mess with the women in my life or the children in my life where you really affect their life forever. I don't care. I will sit in jail.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't care anymore. And at this point, I know it's not going to be jail. It's going to be 30-day observation in a psych ward prison. They'll put me on high security with security guards on me, and they'll lock me up in a cell with no fucking sunlight, and I'm going to be locked there for 30 days minimum. I know that. I don't care. I said that in a song before. I said, if I get locked up, I said it in French, but I said, if I get locked up in jail, I'll be out quick.
Yo, can you see who's seeing this?
Right now, Elevate Culinary Arts and Lori, I think, still.
All right. On mine, it says 1. I'm always paranoid because remember when you got on, there's no one here, and it said 1.
Oh, but let me tell you something, Brendan. These, like, yo, it's been a week since I've been doing these shows. The second show we did with you when you came on it, we had 140 people come through. This whole thing, in and out, live, there's been like probably like 20 people so far. So after that, the plays, when I look at the plays after a week, I have like 200, 300, 400 plays on some of those videos. So
Yo, you mind if I make shorts out of your shit?
No,
I'm gonna
please.
put them on YouTube all over the place. Fuck it.
Yo, I have the main one. The one we did is on YouTube.
Yo, yeah. You should put them all on YouTube, and then send me the link, and I'll take your link, and I'll make shorts out of them. You know what I mean?
You can, if you
And
want
I'll go
to.
back to your video.
That one, the first one with Jay Burton, I really recommend you do that. I'll send you the YouTube link. But this one, I don't even know how to download these things right now. I have to figure out. I have $100 computer. My whole studio is worth about $5. So imagine, I've been doing like 400 albums on a $500 studio.
I know
It's crazy.
exactly how it goes.
And
bro,
look at my life. I live perfect. It's crazy. Like I have a half pound of fucking weed, a quarter pound of hash. I got like 8 different types of ganja. I'm living off grid in the mountains. I'm about to go look at 200 more acres. I don't give a flying fuck if I'm eating bannock and soup for a while and I don't have that much money. I'm like, yo, I got land. Nobody can fuck with that.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if you're here. Hayden, if you see it, I'll show you after. I think you have to bounce or something. I don't know if he's here still.
Oh.
But yo, I'll get at you right after.
No, that's bomb. No, for real though. This is what
man.
Trust me, miss. This later on, people will be digging back into this. This will be golden archives. I'll tell you something. You know those archives for hip hop online, like the websites that archive all the classic golden age hip hop albums?
Yeah.
I found some. I have to go dig again and find which ones. I found some that had Babylon Warchild and my shit from the 90s back in there, mixed in with golden age shit from the 90s in hip hop, like Nas and a bunch of other shit, lost tapes. And then there's Babylon Warchild in there. There's our fams in there. So people are mapping us into hip hop history. You know this already, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't expect them to, though. I understand. Like, it's there. And if, like, people are intelligent enough to look, they're going to see it. But if you're not going to look for it, you won't see it and you won't know it, and that's fine. Yeah. Because I'd rather
that's
just remain underground if that's the case.
Yeah, and I said
yo,
that
Hayden's
at some point. I said
most
people don't remember me, and it does. That's fine, really. You know, like what site? Oh, fuck, I forget the name. But if you go look, hip hop archives. It's like archives something rap archives or hip hop archives. But it's crazy because I pulled an album. Miz, you wouldn't believe this. An album I lost for 20 years that I had no access to myself. And it came back. It's called The Lost Scrolls. This was shit that I made when I was 16 years old. Original recordings. And I found them back on YouTube like 3 weeks ago. Somebody randomly posted that album online out of nowhere on Hip Hop Archives.
Yo, I'm going to look. That's crazy.
So I posted it back online based on them.
Yo, you should... Not you should, but it'd be dope if you did it, man. I'm going to organize all my tracks, like, and I'm going to pick, like, the top 1,000. I started a little, but I have to change my covers and shit. That's the only thing stopping me.
I did that already. I have an album
straight.
called V for Vendetta, and I have my top 100 activist tracks on there.
Oh, that's crazy. I'd say, yo, go on all streaming platforms and YouTube and everything and drop it one song a day. Redrop that whole thing, one song a day in a row. Boom, 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 at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, yo, hip-hop, like our school of hip-hop, I love new style hip-hop too. I love the new beats. It's fun to me. But yo, I'm telling you what's happening right now. I know it. Like, hip-hop's back. Like, 90s boom bap is back.
It's fucking live and direct, man. So many people spit shit. I'm like,
yeah.
Yo, me and...
Well, it's like fashion, bro. 90s fashion came back. Everything circles back. Like, we don't really have much innovation. We slightly go off path, create a little bit, like most people. You know, like what happens in society is not innovation. It's just a little circle. Maybe a little like spiral, if anything, because it slightly changes. But it's the same type of loop, you know? It's the same. Now we're back to like 90s hip-hop clothing. So the same thing's going to happen with music, man. We're going to get to 90s, like...
Yeah, no, straight up. I was saying that for Lori too. The MGDLL, Mikael Guerrero de la Luz, he's a beat maker who's South American, who's living in Germany right now. He posts all this shit. He posts all the new Revolt Motion shit. He posts like new Iapetus shit on MGDLL. So the stuff that you're saying, dropping live shit, he does this. He does live videos for me that are coming out of nowhere. He does like live new tracks. Every time I post a new album, he drops that shit live on YouTube.
Okay. Hold on, I'm trying to fix this camera so I can do something.
So we've got a whole street team of people that this is the thing with us, empty-handed warriors. Everybody does shit for the love. You know, Unknown Mizery, like all of us, like we literally all do this shit. We literally do it non-profit. So we don't do the $500 thing. We don't do sign up and you get a discount. We don't do any of this shit. We do it all for the love. You want to donate, you can donate. We got shit for that. But like straight up, we do this old school style. You know, we do it for the love. The beat makers do it for the love. Everybody that's involved in that. The video makers, no, but there's no money involved in practically anything.
I'll be honest though. I do it for the love, and I'll always make music whether people listen or not. Most of my music's free anyways.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do weird things, but yo, I want to create. It's like I'm watching like people spreading music about killing each other that are actually making a living off the art. And yo, I do it because I love it. But that doesn't mean that if I'm going to be in a room and I'm going to contribute my energy, my time, and my creativity and my spirit, that while everyone else in the room or the majority of people in the room are making money off of it, able to pay rent, I'm making money too.
But this is the cool thing with us is that like the money is getting put back in with Revolt Motion.
Hell yeah.
People will be like, yo, I've donated over the years, let's say. People will be like, I made maybe like over 4 band camps. Maybe I made about $50,000 to $100,000 over the years. People would say, where did this money go? And I'm like, here, right here, this house.
Bro, me and you share everything. Like if when my crypto bag was doing well, that's when I was happy because I got to see like, actually I looked back in hindsight and I like, there's a moment I had all this money I never had in my life ever. And I didn't know what to do with it. So I was trying to invest in this, invest in that. But yo, man, honestly, I swear over 50% was given away to people who needed help around me, man.
Same. I was going to say, you know what? I didn't invest in the land. I gave back to Kuso International for indigenous medicines and Plan Canada. And you know, because you were there for those tours.
Yes,
you saw
and
me
you always
even do the transactions right in front, live and direct.
And you always do it to places you study.
You remember how many looked at us and said, it's okay. You didn't make that much money tonight. If you want to keep it, you can keep it. And I looked at them and I was like, here, let me show you the phone and the receipt and everything. We're donating this live right now in front of you.
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, that's what it's about, man. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If I'm in a room, people are making dough, I'm making dough too. If I'm in a room and people are actually building for a cause and it's going to contribute to the world in a better way, I will contribute to that cause. If you're an MC who gets at me and you want to sell that album and you like this is your business and you're trying to make a career out of this, I'm going to take money from you.
No,
but I'll take what? I was saying I'll take money out of it, but I ask for money for verses to live. But if you message me and you're like, yo, bro, I got no funds. I'm just making music. I do this for the love. And this is what my song's about. And I'm expressing my pain. I'm expressing my love. I'm doing it for this cause. Or it's just a dope song. I'm making music and I do it because I love it. I don't sell any of my shit. I'm not trying to make $1 off of it. Yo, let's make music. Yeah. If I have time, we make music, you know? No, and sometimes but it's hard, man. I'm broke. I've made music my entire life. I traveled the world and I'm so broke, man. And I know people that are like doing great, but I'm rich. I'm so happy.
Exactly.
Even though I'm broke, I'm so happy.
Brethren,
but I'm trying to make money.
I barely afford my taxes and my bills. I live under poverty level. Last year, my official T4 without the money on Revolt Motion was literally $550 for 1 year. That's my government salary officially. $550. That won't even cover my taxes. You know?
Yeah.
But like, I make money off the music, literally. That's all. And I've been donating back to the community with the money I make off the music. So you can imagine, I have practically nothing from us. I eat like bowls of soup all winter sometimes. Same soup all winter. But I'm like, it's okay because, listen, I live in paradise. And I have fresh fruits in the spring and summer. And I have like all kinds of medicines.
But that's all that's needed. That's all that's needed. Well, that's where I'm at, brother. That's why...
It's gonna change, brother.
brother,
see what's going on.
why I'm on this. That's why I'm on this funding mindset. To be honest, because I have to. I have nieces growing up in this world where the food's going to be terrible soon. We have to have control of our own food. We need land. I don't want them to live in these little boxes anymore or in the middle of Babylon. Yo, I have two nieces. You know, I have two grandkids on Sky's side. You know what I mean? She has two kids. I have a daughter. My parents are still here. Her parents are here. I have many loved ones around me that need help. And it's like, and yo, I don't know what's going on. So I'm working. I'm working really hard while I do what I love. But I am looking to get money because I have ideas that are businesses that'll actually do well for people and help people. And I'll be able to give myself a fair salary, you know,
Of course.
where I can live and I can buy land, I can get property, and I can actually help first, and not to be selfish, but my family survive.
You got to do that. Yo,
you know,
fam, that's the same thing for me. Why do you think I'm looking at that land tomorrow? I'm like, yo, I get that house and that land. Imagine. I'm like, yo, Miz, you need an academy? We got this. You want 200 acres? You'll live on a bigger spot than me.
Bro, I'll sell my music for $0. Like once I have peace of mind like that, I don't need $1 for music.
And what do you think I'm gonna do, Bridget? I'm gonna set up a cheap. You know me. I'm gonna find a way to hustle and set up a cheap studio in that house too. And so it's gonna be like,
brother.
yo, it's gonna be on. And yo, let me tell you, this place is in Matapedia. Matapedia is a small village, so it's actually like it's a small town. Sorry. So the town has like it's got artistic centers, it's got community centers, it's got whitewater rafting, it's got like canoeing, it's got like a bunch of like youth that are moving in there. There's got younger people, next generation, they're moving there. There's cool restaurants. This is where the land is in the city, but it's 200 acres in a house for 270 grand. But we're going to negotiate that down to 200.
Damn, bro, this is like, no, you trust me. It's on after that.
That's what I'm saying. Like I know the 200 grand in Vietnam, you can do crazy amounts with that. But the thing is, most of this is getting funded through the bank. Like we're putting 5% down. That's it.
But the thing is, because I was thinking of that too, because of my citizenship and like other people are actually trapped places. So I'm using this word lightly, but like I'm trapped in Canada forever because of the citizenship that I have. Right. So it's like when it comes to long term, when it comes to long term stability, like absolute long term stability. So I could buy property in other places. But the reason I wanted to do that is because it's nice to have hubs in different places. But having a place to grow food, to have safe spaces, event spaces to like generate funds for like whatever you need.
Brethren, I'm not even lying. You know what 200 acres could do? You could have your whole family from Bengal, the extended family, and everybody else could have tiny homes everywhere, and you'd still have space.
It's over.
Just one piece of land, but I have 4 of those. That's my
bro.
For now, I have 4. Listen, Miz, this is what I'm saying. My mom, literally, you heard her earlier. She was calling me yesterday, talking to me before she came over to visit. She called me and told me she was signing papers for assisted suicide. I'm like, no, don't do that. She's like, literally, like, she's setting me up for everything to make sure that I'm good. She's got insurance on everything to make sure that her debts don't come back to me because she'll be bank still. So she covered everything. She's taking care of everything, and she wants to make sure that us and the next generation and her students are gonna have a better future. Because she's dying from cancer and Alzheimer's. Like she's not doing good, but like she's doing good at the same time. She's a warrior. You know, so crazy shit. But what I'm saying is, this next generation, what we're setting up for our youth, for justice, for Aurora, for everyone, for the whole planet, for the diaspora, is crazy. Like, yo, this is just the beginning. But you can imagine. So I bought her a house outside of Montreal, right in front of a lake and a beach, with an acre of land in a forest built on a giant rock with an artesian well underneath with anti-earthquake foundations. The garage on her house is the size of a small house. She's got a 600 square foot garage with a fucking shed and a backup that I can turn into a house, and double garage with the shed and everything else with it. And it's built like a house, literally. It looks like a little house. And then next to that, mansion, and that's got a double living room. One of the living rooms is 1,000 square foot. The piano in the corner looks tiny. Like, it's insane. I bought her that house 15 years ago. Now that house is worth about $3.5 million. So if I sell that house alone, can you imagine what I could buy in Vietnam with that? And then, man, the funny joke is, if I sell that for $3.5 million, which I could do right now with Sotheby's, you know the luxury real estate Sotheby's? I don't know if you ever heard of that company. They only sell multi-million-dollar houses. They come to people with really rich houses, and they're like, "Yo, we can sell this for a really good price, fully furnished, everything." So I put that on there. I have Sanufo African masks in there from the 15th or 14th century in Senegal. I have like art pieces in there that are like priceless. I have all kinds of shit there that, like, a rich art collector, that I could take the money and be like, you know what, Bun the Colonizer, they can have my house. I'm gonna go move and buy like 1 million acres of land with that shit. I'll buy an island with the money I fucking get from that. And then the funny joke, Miz, is that I keep all my land, because that's 1 acre and 1 mansion outside of Montreal, but I keep 500 acres of land. I still have everything, and $3.5 million. I'm laughing all the way past the bank.
Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy.
So listen, this is my house here right now. This is 118 acres. Now I have another 168 acres by the ocean with a little hunter's lodge that's right by the beach with 2 lakes and a river on the land. Big enough to host a fucking 10,000 person festival, like almost the size of Burning Man. I could do something that size. I could do a 5,000 person festival very easily there, and like beautiful land. It's perfect spot right by the ocean, golden beaches. That's another piece of land I have right now. But then tomorrow we're going to an hour. In an hour, we're going to go look at 200 acres and another house that looks exactly like this one. So I'm golden. Brethren, we're balling. I'm not even joking. Like, in the future,
that's crazy.
We got this.
That's crazy, bro. Holy.
Oh, yo, Semantics is online again. Yo, shit. Semantics, hop in. That's the brethren from Colombia. The dude is paramilitary trained from Colombia. He was freestyling with a bulletproof vest and a fucking ski mask on last time. It was funny.
Nice. Yo, we should have freestyles, bro.
Yeah, we should. Oh no, fuck, you dropped out. Fuck, never mind. Anyways, yeah, we should. But yo, I'll let you be. I'm gonna go crash out out there. We should call this a night, anyways, because my mom's gonna be tripping in a bit. She was like, "Give me 5 minutes." I'm like, "Yo." But I gotta be chill with her because, yo, she's coming to check this with me tomorrow. She drove up 12 hours to come visit.
Yeah. Of course, it's still moms, man. You gotta have respect, of course, always. Yeah.
But yo, man, imagine this is. I just wanted to let you dream a bit because I'm like, Miz, it's on. It might take another year or two before I sell everything, finalize, get the banking papers and all this shit. But when that happens and I go into black hole sun mode, I'm not joking, bro. We're getting a vertical plane in a couple of years and a submarine and an island, and like, it's on.
I believe it, bro. That's what I'm saying. I know.
We're gonna be doing shit. The next step after when I sell the 500 acres in Canada, you can imagine if I can sell 1 acre in a mansion for 3.5 million. What do you think I'll be able to sell 500 acres for when it booms?
Yeah. It's true. It's crazy.
So then I take the money from the 500 acres and I looked. I told you, I think I sent you this before, but there's an island I found off the coast of Chile, Tierra del Fuego. The island has 2 lakes on there, 4 and 7 kilometers wide. And those islands have islands. Those lakes have islands on them big enough to build mansions. So we could have a mansion on an island inside of a lake, inside of an island that we own.
Yo, straight up, man.
So,
yo, honestly,
you know what I'm saying? We build community centers in there. We have our own country. We could have a country off the coast of Chile, and they're asking 34 million for it right now. And that's my next step up. I want to sell my 500 acres, get 34 million, and buy that island.
Bro, one thing I know about you, you're gonna do it. That's
I know.
The thing is gonna happen.
It's Captain Nemo. This is why I wear the turban. It's a Captain Nemo thing.
Bro, every time you say, when I first met you, I connected to you automatically, and then I'm like, the first time you say thing, I'm like, all right, everyone says some shit, and then in like 24 hours, I'm like, yo, this guy's really who he is. So it's crazy. Like, yo, this guy's like a magician.
I feel the
Yo,
same way about you. Yo, you're like, yo, you know how many people I've said after that where I go,
but yo, do your thing, brother. Get some rest before you bounce in, man. I'll talk to you.
no, for real. But I'm going to send you pictures of that shit. I'm going to show you what it looks like because you're going to trip, man. It's going to be beautiful.
All right, sounds good, man.
Okay, peace and peace, Lori. It's been a pleasure. Everybody that dropped in, mad respect to all of you and the people that look after this, please. But trust me, there's a lot of people that actually watch these, and when I post them back on that, you'll see. Because the shit that used to have 50 views and 100 views like 10 years ago on my YouTube, now it's sitting at like 50, 100,000, 200,000. So
what's a different time, bro? If we keep doing this, it's gonna work because yo, we have the same school of people. Right now, all I see is the number 2 up there, but that doesn't matter because I remember what we used to have.
yeah, no,
and right now, what's happening in the world, yo, it's time. This community, just if it exists, let's mobilize it. Like, yo, and it's not just us doing it. Like, you know, everyone's doing it. Everyone's mobilizing who's part of this type of vibe, who wants, like, you know, who's part of this school of thought. You know what I mean? Of spiritual freedom. And making music making music for love, for healing, and as a weapon when it's needed.
exactly.
You know?
And that's the other thing I'll tell you that makes these lives different from anything else. A, we're uncensored as fuck. We're like, fuck Meta, fuck Zuckerberg, fuck everyone, fuck all this shit. We're on the platform. But like, we use Instagram as the original African-owned platform that it's meant to be. We're reclaiming this shit. Everybody's like trying to sidestep and walk on eggshells and all this shit, right? And I flip machetes on my lives, and I'm like, they'll behead the world. Let's murder the fucking Epstein shit. Let's expose all this shit in the industry. So nobody else, respect, Lord, but nobody else is doing this shit the way we do it. Who the fuck is flipping lives and freestyling with Unknown Misery and fucking Wu Fam and all kinds of shit and like live guests from all around the world?
Bro, your shit's next level, bro. No one's flipping machetes and freestyling at the same time. If they are, I haven't seen them, and that makes no sense.
Exactly. I'm gonna be known as that dude, and then they'll be like, "Yo, the guy is crazy, man. He's the machete rapper."
Like every time I watch it as your brother, I'm always like, be careful. But I'm never gonna say that to you because I already know you are.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But I'm always
no, of course.
Every time you do it, I'm watching, but I'm like, But in my brain, I'm like, nah, he posted it. But then I'm like, nah, he would still post it if his arm was chopped off.
Yeah.
He'd like still post it shit quickly.
Yo, Bridget, the other day, I did a reverse torpedo backflip towards my chest, and the blade slammed into my chest, but I was wearing a martial arts kimono, so it blocked. It just hit my sternum, and it smacked me, and I felt it, but it could have literally hit my chest. Like
still, bro, as your brother, be careful. Just be mindful every time. That's all. Be mindful of it. You know what I mean? I know you are. I know you are. You already know.
You can see this, right? You see that scar there?
Yeah.
That's from the oversized head slamming into my thumb. My thumb was like limp and like hanging there for 3 weeks. I couldn't move it. And it was like bent over like this, and it was limping.
That's crazy.
I severed a tendon,
healed it?
fractured a bone. You know how I healed it, Miz? It started going black. The skin started going black, and it was open, and it was pussing. I put honey and tea tree oil, and I wrapped it up in toilet paper and duct tape. And I just prayed. I prayed, and I was like, I hope it heals. And it did. I never went to the hospital.
Bro, oh my God, man. Holy. If I was there, see, that's the thing. I understand. If I was there, I would have panicked. I would have taken you to the hospital, bro.
No, you couldn't because I had no car and it was the middle of winter and it was freezing cold. You would have died trying to walk there. It's too far.
Yeah, true. That's crazy,
why you have no choice. It's like you got to fix yourself, you know? I did this true. Like, it's not even a joke. I stabbed my leg. I stabbed my foot. I fucking bled off the ceiling. It spurted towards the ceiling. I had blood all over my kitchen floor 5 minutes before Airbnb guests walked in because I just severed my thumb. I had punched the wall and I had broken 2 of my metacarps and 2 of my knuckles. Like, it was nuts. I'm like, and the guests were coming in. Like I just had enough time to wrap up my hand in toilet paper and duct tape. And they came in and I served them soup with a broken hand and a severed thumb. And I was like, don't worry, I was just doing martial arts training. Sorry.
That's crazy, man.
But
Life,
anyways,
bro. Yo, do your thing, brother. We'll talk. I'm down for the morning ones. Like my time, 8 a.m. is good.
yeah, no, that's perfect. Trust me, in the future too, at different times, like just yet last night, we did one and it was packed up. Like we had like a bunch of people on here. Like we had about, in total, we maybe just like 40 people came through, but we had the whole screen that 4 of us were having a conversation. It was like fucking 5, 6, 10 people at all times.
I saw it. I couldn't get on at that time.
Yeah,
But
no,
I saw
exactly.
there were 4 faces.
Yeah, no, it was dope. Like, so it happens. It's really random shit. Sometimes it's like, but this shit, I guarantee you, just me putting unknown Mizery, Babylon Warchild, like interview, people will be like, yo, what the fuck? I want to see this. Because this is hip hop history. What we're talking about is uncensored shit that people, even on K Slayer, some fucking stupid shit in the mainstream, you know, even on Funkmaster Flex is what I wanted to say. They're not going to talk about some of those heavy subjects because they're still
Nah.
stuck.
Well, you know what I want to do? Part of our network, like we have to be a web. It's like these spaces exist. What's it called? Sentient synchronicities.
Yeah.
I want to do mental health, hip hop, and traveling.
Yes.
I just want to talk about mental health, hip hop, and traveling.
Oh, yo,
Invite people on that
Toxic is
travel.
here. Yo, we got to get Toxic in on here. Give me a second. Stick around a bit longer. Because this is a brethren from South Africa, one of the best rappers in the world, man, from Bloemfontein.
I want to make sure you're okay, brother. I don't want to, like, you know what I mean?
No, I'm good.
You know,
I'm good.
One thing you know, brother, I got to
into,
say, and not to say it on live, but just to say one thing, even for people to know. I know it's not a censorship so bunny, but even for me, I've been showing myself. Like when I'm manic, I try to, and I think I'm manic almost 24 hours a day. But I need to like sleep. Sleep is the best thing I have. Like sleeping will still like the powers we have will
sleep
still
is
exist,
vital.
but
No
you
question.
can harness it more.
But I'll tell you one thing. Me, when I'm manic, I have to stay up. Right now, I need to stay
Me
up.
too.
But the thing is, I'm in the other kitchen. Oh, you're
When I'm
leaving.
manic, I'm up, bro.
Oh,
When
no,
I'm
no
manic, I'm up
problem,
for like
Toxic.
3 days.
No
What?
issues. All good then. But I just wanted to introduce you to Unknown Mizery because I'm like, yo, anyways, Toxic Phobia, one of the illest rappers in the world. I just seen one of his battles the other day. The dude destroys it.
Okay.
Like it's like the most brilliant rap battle I ever saw in my life. The dude kills it. Like multi-syllabic, Afro-futuristic, like fucking
I want to hear that.
shit. Like on some totally different shit. And the dude he's battling is just like he's mumbling like literally one of the only quotables I could find that the dude was saying to Toxic, he was like, the dude doesn't know what he's saying. He can't even add 2 plus 2 together. And I was like, yo, is that your best bar? That was literally the best bar I could think that the guy came back with. And Toxic was on some shit like mothership, like, talking about like multi-dimensional, like he's deconstructing the dude's flow on every level. And this dude was like, I'm like, yo, how does he do? He's like, he's a RPG general, no question, But me and him just finished a project recently, Tsigani Magic. We're still working on the last few tracks, but yeah, he's a really, really solid dude. Man, South Africa shows me so much love. We gotta go there one day.
South Africa, yeah. Big love I'd love to go to South Africa.
Yeah, man, that's one place I promise that I'm gonna buy land there. I am gonna buy some land there eventually. And we're going to give that back to everyone. This is the plan, miss. I told myself 2 more years, 10,000 acres worldwide. That's my plan.
And I know how you are. Get the land, and the local brothers and sisters are good.
Exactly. Because at the point where we're at with these kind of resources, we could literally have like millions of acres decolonized. So we need to do that shit.
100%, brother. It's a must.
Oh, but yo, it's been an absolute pleasure. You know what it is. Anybody that's been tuning in too, that tuned in, and anybody that tunes in later, yo, mad respect. Check out the other ones. Usually, I'm sorry I didn't flip machetes on this one. It is what my mom's upstairs, so I didn't want to trip her out.
I think I'm gonna go on a freestyle after this. I'm gonna link Kate and I'm gonna go freestyle. I feel like ciphering right now quickly.
Yo, I'm gonna go grab
I'm
myself
gonna
some
get some
coffee
work
and
done.
get ready, and I'll send you
Yeah.
some pictures later and tell you what it is for that spot, because I guarantee you it's gonna be like this shit.
Crazy. All right, man. Peace.
Yo, peace.
Peace.